Now, bear in mind, he missed time earlier in the series with the hamstring, and he's played all of these minutes. A lot of tread on the tires. According to Second Spectrum, no player in the NBA has run more miles over the last 5 seasons than he has, over 1,200, including the playoffs. And then there's just, we showed you the highlight. He just came down badly on that left knee, one way or another. The news about the injury came during the night from this man, our NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski. Go ahead, Woj. Tell everybody who hasn't yet heard the diagnosis on the injury.
Yeah, Greeny, a torn left anterior cruciate ligament. That's a rehab that's going to carry Klay Thompson well into next season, perhaps February or March, before he might be able to return to an NBA court. Just devastating for Klay Thompson and for the Warriors.
We should point out that when you heard those sound bites there from both Steve Kerr and Draymond, that was before this diagnosis, so they didn't know just how seriously he was hurt. And you hate to even spin it to this quickly, Woj, but obviously free agency is upon us in the blink of an eye, and they have a lot of decisions to make, including on Klay Thompson. Does this impact at all Klay Thompson's free agency?
It does not, especially, listen, ACL is a serious injury, but you're going to come back strong from it. It's, the Achilles injury with Kevin Durant. It's a more severe injury, and Kevin Durant's going to have, max offers all over the marketplace. And, Golden State, they needed to assure themselves of keeping Klay Thompson, offer him a 5-year full max contract. Klay had made it clear, his agent Greg Lawrence had made it clear, that he would be back with Golden State with that kind of an offer as they headed into free agency. You can expect Golden State, to go right to stay on that course. But you look at a Golden State team next year, even if they re-sign Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson to long-term contracts, this is a roster that will be fighting to just make the Western Conference playoffs.
Yeah, and look, that brings up a lot of questions that we're going to get to here. Woj, outstanding work as always, and we'll talk to you next week, but thank you for spectacular work for us here on our program all through these playoffs. And I should point out that Las Vegas still considers the Warriors the favorites to win next year's championship. This was the first thing I saw when I woke up this morning, and I will confess, it shocked me. They are 3-1 with KD in a hospital bed and Klay Thompson in a hospital bed. And look who's second, by the way. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers are sitting there right behind them. So let's bring it out here, because this flies in the face, it feels like, of the question I want to ask.
I mean, usually Vegas intimidates me, but they have no idea what the hell they're talking about.
Don't fall for that bait.
Wow. Let's talk about this. I'm going to ask you a direct question.
Sure.
With all that we have seen, with all of the injuries and everything else, the Golden State Warriors are a dynasty. They made 5 straight NBA Finals. That is one of the great runs we've ever seen. Are they done?
Yes, and it's okay. Every dynasty comes to an end in some form or fashion. And I'm not saying it's over. I think seeing them in consecutive back-to-back NBA Finals is somewhat over. Not sure about the whole Kevin Durant situation. Obviously, him not having the medical staff on his team going back to New York was a huge eye-opener for me about that relationship. And obviously having the Klay relationship, you just heard Woj say that'll probably come back anywhere between February to March into that season. I don't know if I can see Stephen Curry carry the load to get this team. Granted, they can make some decisions in the offseason because they still have cap room, even if they do sign Klay to a max. I just don't see them dominating. They had 78 winning percentage over the past 5 years. 78. That is insane. It will not be at that level anymore.
Look, I think health is extremely important. And next season, I do believe that they will not be the champs, or they will not be contending for a championship. So with that being said, it is literally wide open.